So let's talk about niche marketing. Quite a few years back now, I decided I was going to open up an educational facility. And what I decided to do is I decided to open up a business school. Now, first thing I want people to understand is it doesn't matter what market you're in. If you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to nobody. Plus, it's ridiculously expensive. Now, one problem that I had is that nobody trusts a new school. Nobody did. So I had two really bad options. The first one was I could have sold to people that already had degrees. The problem was anybody that already had a degree would have much preferred to go and do an MBA. These people have some universities have hundreds of years of experience, and they wanted a qualification they could show their boss and show that they did really well getting this MBA. They wouldn't have studied with me, and I would have spent a lifetime fighting really hard to get these clients. Then I could have looked at the market of high school students that were leaving and didn't quite get into the degree they wanted. They would have studied with me for a second until they could get into something else. And secondly, I didn't really have a great football team. I didn't have frat parties going on. There was no experience. We were brand new. No student would have wanted to come, and I would have had to again fight like crazy to get every single client. And it would have only been focused on price. We didn't have the legacy. There was nothing else we could afford on. So I discovered the market of tradespeople. We launched business coaching at a price you can afford. We're an educational institution. We just didn't say, hey, we're a school teaching business. We launched with business coaching at a price you can afford, and we focused it purely at the trade demographic. One market. Anyone that was on a building site was our customer. If you're a plumber, an electrician, a plasterer, a chippy, we call them chippies in Australia, carpenters I mean. So any one of these people, you were our client, anyone that fitted on this building site. Now, why did that work? We knew their problems better than they knew it themselves. If I sat down with a plumber and said, what are the major problems in your business? And they said, I don't have any problems. I say, really? Because I've seen over 1,000 plumbers and electricians in the last 6 months, our staff have, and we tend to find the most common problems are this, 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 and this. Are you experiencing any of those? And they would respond, well, if they're talking to you about it, yes, I happen to have all of those too. And we'd say, great. And then we would tell them about a course that was tailored specifically for them. There was no requirement to talk about price. Firstly, we didn't mention it at the beginning, but secondly, there was no requirement. They didn't care. They knew that they needed our help. And they knew we specialized in working with people just like them. Every single teacher was also a business coach and actively made money out as a business coach, but ran them like masterminds with 20 students, all from the same industry, collectively sharing their information. The entire organization was built on the concept of helping businesses be successful, helping tradespeople. Now, a lot of people will say, hang on a second, but if I do that, I'm missing out, right? Well, we started with tradespeople. Here's where people get it wrong. They think at the start they have to sell to absolutely everybody. That's not what you do. At the start, you start with one small group. And then we started to say, well, hang on a second, hairdressers, they're tradespeople too, right? They've got a functional skill. They learned the same way. What about florists? Then we got approached by the Law Institute of Victoria. Now we're teaching lawyers because they convinced us that they're functional skill people too. Then we started picking up medical associations. Next thing we knew, we were teaching the top 3 premiership football teams of your equivalent of the NFL, which is our AFL. All of a sudden, we grew to 3,500 students in 3 years. That's rapid growth. Everyone is not your customer. What you need to be thinking about is what is the unmet need in your market that you need to deliver to.